until it is seized through sex
and violence.
It was very challenging. I will never take that away, but I will say I was well prepared. You know, it's years of writing the screenplay, of course, years of being mentored by Tarantino, years of watching films and absorbing them and understanding the dynamics of a film and how they work. A lot of preparation. And then the blessing of it all, though, is to have good friends and good comrades, you know, travel the journey with me. I once said before I started the film, and the producers may not have agreed with this, but for a moment I didn't think I was going to cast myself in the film when I realized how much weight everything was. And I said I would only do it if I had a Mr. Spock with me, because I was Captain Kirk. And Eli came over and I had that Mr. Spock, and it took a lot of weight off my shoulder to know that a fellow filmmaker, and plus the only person else who saw this vision the way I saw it, because you know he helped write this thing. He heard it first from from my mouth to his brain to our papers, and so it was definitely a blessing to have a good comrade on my side.
But it also, it starts with RZA, and he told me the story, and I said, I will do anything to help you make this movie, and we write the screenplay and bring it to our partners, Eric Newman and Mark Abraham, who are fantastic producers and, made a lot of great movies, and then we take it to Universal with that team, and then we bring on Bill Kong, then Corey Yuen comes on for the fights, and it just snowballs from there. And it all stems from him, though, and his vision. It was really a great crew.
My name is Mr. Knife. You may call me Jack.
We would talk about, like, Boba Fett. He only had one small scene, but you had the toy. You know what I mean?
And you knew there was a history with Boba Fett.
Exactly. And so we thought of making a universe that have backstories to our characters, that even if a character popped in for 1 second, like in the film, the Falcons only come in for 1 second. The rodents have a very small part in the film. But if you notice that Russell calls the urchin, sure you do, little mouse, because most of the kids grow up to be rodent clans. I mean, so we thought of all these different layers first, you know what I mean, to form this world, and I think that's what Star Wars did.
Yeah, and we wanted every character to have a unique weapon, so that every fight would be unique, so that each time you see a fight, you're not just seeing another fight, you're moving the story forward, but you're really unfolding another corner of this world with, oh wow, okay, that's the roads, okay, these guys go underground, that's really cool, okay, these are the Falcons, they live in the trees, and it's Jungle Village. We wanted to really create a universe, and that's what we spent 1.5 years in the writing, thinking of every clan, thinking of their weapon, thinking of what their relationship is with other clans, so that, there's really a solid mythology there.
I looked at some of the pros and cons of Kung Fu movies. I'm a big fan of it, but I noticed that the genre had disappeared from us, and sometimes when I watch it with my friends, and even some of the producers, when I remember Mark Abraham, one of the producers, he watched some of those films, he's like, he couldn't see what the heck, but I knew what he didn't like about it. And so the idea was we was gonna make something that, even if you take the Kung Fu out of the movie, it's a good movie. It has a good story and some good characters and visuals. So we watched many, of course, and I could name, and it still won't be enough. But it's really us taking our imagination and creativity and forming something new. The best, doing prep, I ain't telling many people this story, but doing prep, I actually watched one of the producers' movies called Flash of Genius. And in the end of that film, the guy said a line about he was being blamed for stealing something from Ford, and he used the Charles Dickens book as his defense. And he started reading from the book, and he's reading from the book, and he read the words. And he said, these words has always existed, but Charles Dickens put it together to form this book. And it's an original. And that's how this film is. You may see this guy idea here, or see this thing here, or you see samurai movies, but we took what existed in the world and formed and created a world of our own. Jungle Village, the man with the iron fist. I think hip-hop played a vital part, and more so to make me a director. I mean, to become a director, it takes a lot of mind power, and so nobody, I prepared for it But the preparation I didn't know that I was going through was being the abbot of Wu-Tang Clan. There's a kung fu flick where the Shaolin guys all come to Shaolin to learn kung fu, and the teachers let them in but don't teach them kung fu. He makes a guy stir the soup for 5 years. He makes another guy do the firewood. And when the Manchus came to attack them, all of a sudden the guy who was just stirring soup was good at a pole.
Yeah, it's Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off,
exactly.
paint the house. But also, you know, in terms of writing dialogue and character, I said, okay, you know, if a girl walked by, you know what RZA would say, you know what Method would say, you know what ODB would say. It's the same thing, but they'd all express it differently. We got to write characters that are so thought out and how they express themselves, you can scratch out the name of the character, and by the line, you know who said it. So, you know, also the rhythm of the dialogue. I mean, there was a lot, but you know, it really kind of harnessing what he did with Wu-Tang. He really was able to produce all of that and really bring in Dave Bautista and Russell Crowe and Kanye West and Wiz Khalifa and Kareem, all these people from all these different worlds. You know, everybody coming together and kind of bringing their A game to create something that's fun and unique and special.
Unorthodox style, rhyming fox, root killer, be a beer for your body like the block. I'd rather see it on the boardwalk than see it on the block.